Hello, everyone. I am Maggie Glazer, the instructor for your lifespan class. And today I wanted to just go through the groups assignment that we have coming up here. I know a lot of you have already started it, but we need to make sure everyone has chosen a group. Go to um, content, other tools, groups, and you'll click on I think it says choose a group, and then you'll choose one of those groups and join it. Go ahead, if you haven't already, contact the members of your group so that you can get started on this. And the more that you have in your group, the easier it is for you. I know that it's difficult to do group work, but it's important to do group work. And for this assignment, it's not so much the content that's difficult. It is coordinating with everybody to make sure everybody's on the same page and getting it done. But I allow you plenty of time to do this and also give you clear instructions. So let's pull up those instructions right now so we can take a look at them. I have a Word doc. You can also find these on D2L, content, course information, assignments. You can also find it in week 5. On the you can on week 5 um, content, or you can find it too on the left-hand side. You'll see it, developmental policy presentation assignment. Okay, so let's take a look at it real quick. These are the student learning outcomes for this particular assignment. You don't need to do anything with those. This is just the outcomes that this assignment meets. Um, and what you need to do is make sure you're signed up for a group and you've contacted your group. And then once you're in your group, you're going to make a PowerPoint slideshow. You're not going to present this, you're just going to submit it, but you'll make a PowerPoint slideshow. You can choose whichever developmental stage that you want, doesn't really matter which one. And then you're going to choose a policy or an issue. Sometimes they're not policies. Sometimes they are things like um, parks. It's not really a policy, but it's a parks in the community. So it's something, policy is something like governmental, maybe rules, maybe regulations, maybe programs, maybe decisions on how we spend our money. Okay. So that's what I mean when I say policy. And some examples are SNAP, which is the food stamps, and WIC, Women, Infant, and Children's, which might be good for infancy, education, K-12 education, higher education, daycare. We talked about daycare, prenatal care, Head Start programs. There's also like developmental programs in Minnesota. You can look those up. School lunches, another program we have. Public education overall, marriage, drug and alcohol laws all affect young adults and adolescents, vaping and smoking laws and other adolescents, financial aid, college age students, unemployment could be young adults or middle adults, workers' compensation, again, young adults, and middle age, excuse me, middle adulthood, Social Security, which would be late adulthood, Medicare, again, late adulthood, divorce, probably uh, young to middle adulthood, or young adulthood or middle adulthood, retirement, that would be um, uh, late adulthood. So there are many other ones too, but when you're choosing one, choose one where you can find lots of information online, like charts and statistics and how many people are using those types of programs. So you're going to want that kind of information. And you can just do a quick Google search and see what's out there. For instance, for women, infants, and children, lots of statistics out there, lots of statistics about who's using it, how many people, all that kind of stuff, what it is, what it entails. You want that information easily. And Social Security is another one, lots of information online about Social Security, who gets it, how do you get it, what is it? all those kind of things you can find online. So lots of good choices there. So make it easy for yourself. You only need one per group, one developmental stage, and one policy per group. You don't need one for each group member, just one. And then after you make those decisions as a group, you want to make like a Google Slides or something that you can share with the whole group. So you share your whole PowerPoint with the group and then make decisions about who's going to do what part. And the parts for the assignment of the PowerPoint slideshow are right here. Here's the cover slide. Body slides are here. Describe and briefly explain the stage and policy, etc. Those are all the slides. Conclusion slide is here. Reference list slide. And those are the slides that you're going to make. So you might, have a couple extra, that's okay too. If you do, sometimes people put a chart or something and it takes up 2 slides, that's fine. So it's going to be about 7 to 10 PowerPoint slides, and only PowerPoint will be accepted. When you submit it. So other things I can't open. So PowerPoint or a PDF file is okay too. Either one of those. But make sure you have all your information on the slide, and don't put anything in the speaker notes, just on the slide, all your information. You can use images, charts, graphs, etc., to make your slideshow interesting. And all those images and charts and stuff should be related to your topic. And then you'll write, of course, the guidelines of standard American English as usual. English and grammar and spelling and all that should be checked. And since everyone has a copy of the PowerPoint slides, everyone can kind of look that over, make sure everything makes sense. And if there's something, if you're a grammar geek, you might help the other students make sure all the grammar and spelling is correct and that kind of thing. So then when you have it on Google Slides or other file sharing platform, save it as a PDF file in a location with a name that you remember, and then each active group member will submit a copy of the assignments. Okay. And to the D2L assignment folder for grading. If a person's name is not on the slideshow, don't put their name on there unless they have contributed. If they did not contribute, couldn't get a hold of them, they didn't do their slide, take their name off. And you can also send me a note, just put it in the text box that so-and-so did not participate or did not do their part, okay? So just so I know, otherwise I don't know. So basically that is the assignment. It's really not that difficult. Follow these guidelines here and in what you need to put on your slides. Choose your policy or issue. And like I said, it should be like a policy type thing, not just any topic. It should be a policy type thing. I mean, there's so many of them. I gave you some examples here. You might think of one on your own, but that's up to you which one you want to do. But just make sure it's some kind of policy like these examples here. And if you are stuck on that, let me know. But in this example, there are all kinds of different policies for different stages of development. So you should be able to find one that fits you, fits your group, fits what you want to talk about, and you can find information online about that. You could do it regionally. I had one group of students once looked at vaping in Sartell. So what kind of rules do they have about vaping, who it affected, what were the laws about it, etc. So they took a look at that. I've had others do, of course, Social Security. I've had education, marriage. I think I've had all these alcohol laws, financial aid. I've seen that too. Food stamps, and of course, like school lunches, those kind of things. Head Start is a good one too if you have early childhood. Head Start might be a good one. Lots of information out there. Okay, excellent. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am in the office, in room 256, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Otherwise, let me know. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them through email or text message. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.